Listen, I am so happy for Taylor Swift and her engagement. She deserves love. All the heartbreak and breakups she's been through over the past decades, she deserves her fairy tale ending. But Travis Kelce, I'm side-eyeing him. You know what I mean? Because his dating history. What do you mean? You dated nothing but women of color and black women, and then somehow you switched up your persona, and now you're engaged to Taylor Swift. Something is not sitting right with me and that man. Happy for Taylor Swift though, but Travis and Kelce, he doesn't seem like a sincere person. There's something, cause what do you mean? The last few women you dated were brown. I don't know. The pattern's weird. The pattern's weird.
Those who saw my 5 types of white men that date black women video, my comments were flooded with people saying that Travis Kelce was #1. And honestly, it checks out. So let me further expand on my theory and use Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift as an example and provide an analysis of this dynamic. Let's run that back. He knows in the back of his head when it's time to settle down, he's going to go with what his family accepts, what he thinks is palatable, what he thinks is the norm and the default. Taylor Swift is a conventionally attractive, skinny, tall, white woman. She is palatable. If Taylor Swift lived in New York City, which she actually does, and hangs out in West Village, which she really does, but she wasn't Taylor Swift, she would have no problem finding a suitor to marry by the age of 32. She is the conventionally attractive, average woman that the majority of men would go after when they are ready to settle down with. Despite the fact that Travis Kelce has a history dating back to 2016 of only dating black women, one of which being 5 years long, but never once proposing to them, it makes sense that now, at this mid-age of 35, although Taylor Swift may not be his historical preference, she is the palatable white woman that he would settle down with, which would make him fall into the category of #1. The only thing that's making it difficult for Taylor Swift to find a suitor, which is what she wants, by the way, because not all women want that, is because she is a billionaire. It's harder for her to find a partner, a compatible partner, because of her income bracket. Travis Kelce may not be a billionaire, but he is definitely wealthy to his own account. Travis Kelce is also extremely tall. He is also very attractive. It makes sense why Taylor Swift would pick a Travis Kelce, and Travis Kelce had pursued her. Now back to Travis Kelce being a #1. Travis Kelce benefits greatly from being with Taylor Swift. At the end of the day, Travis Kelce is a man, and 2, a celebrity. A man will always take advantage of what he can with a woman, and 2, a celebrity will always take advantage of what they can with other people. His public relationship with Taylor Swift has greatly benefited his career tremendously. It put more money in his pockets, it gives him more camera time and attention. People care more about what he does outside of the field, and being picked by her makes his clout and aura 1,000 times better. On top of that, I am very sure that Travis Kelce would want a family one day, as most men do. And Taylor Swift is the best woman when you're looking at on paper and status to have kids with. A lot of men think that way when it's ready to settle down. What do they say? Their light turns on, their taxi light turns on. Travis hit the age of 33, his light went on, and he went to Taylor Swift. He stopped dating his preferences and went to the woman that was palatable, made the most sense, and will be the best candidate to have his legacy with. Even if in the back of his head he knows that he would not be with her long term, or he doesn't love, I don't know these people. A lot of men pick the nice girl or the sweet girl or the girl who's culturally relevant to him to have a family with, and they'll try to work it out. And if it doesn't work out, at least he did the right thing and had kids with the type of woman that he would want to pursue his legacy with. I'm not gonna lie, Taylor Swift is pretty impressive for any man. At the end of the day, these are all theories and opinions. We do not know these people, but this is a great case study regarding relationships and dynamics. And it kind of backs up my 5 types of white men that date black women, video. Mark my words, I would not be surprised if Travis Kelce gets engaged with Taylor Swift very soon. Or she has children with him. What do you guys think?
In very surprising news, Travis Kelce has proposed to Taylor Swift. While I was under the impression that this whole was fake, I still think it is, but I also still knew that they was going to get married because there is nowhere else left for either one of them to go. Who the else could she possibly fake? That would make sense. Her next option was to do like a director or somebody obscure who just also happened to be rich, but she loves attention, so that was not gonna work. Go get a great athlete. Cool. For him, you're definitely chopped because all the black girls is not for you no more, and the white girls don't want to date Taylor Swift ex. So you might as well stay where the you at. Also, it can't get no better. You know that CTE kick in that Super Bowl was not a good game for you, Trav. And I'm from Cleveland Heights. That was not a good game for you in particular. You are definitely on your last leg in this league, which is totally fine. You know, we age. That's cool. But you also could not go get a billionaire. So y'all might as well stay together and get married and have y'all some lily white babies. I'm not offended at this. I don't hate this. I don't even hate Taylor Swift.
You guys pay attention. It was announced today that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are engaged. This is a picture of Kayla Nicole, Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, when they were together. You all are probably asking yourselves, why do I have to always bring race into it? Well, race and gender and class, that's a part of our society. It's a huge part of our society. Race and class, especially. Well, race and gender. He did not choose to marry Kayla Nicole, a girl that he was with for 5 years. He chose to marry Taylor Swift, and there's nothing wrong with that. I wish them well, and I really do hope that they treat each other well, most importantly. I really do. I think it's fake. You know, I'm skeptic, so I think almost everything in Hollywood is just fake. That looks like a video set, in my opinion. And it's not, none of it is personalized. What did they say? Jim marries English teacher. That doesn't sound personal to me. I looked on his Instagram. I didn't see to the love of my life. I couldn't have chosen better. I didn't see any of that. But I digress. I want to discuss not just black women, but women who overly sexualize themselves. If you go to Kayla Nicole's page, you'll see a bunch of half dressing, a bunch of just overly sexualized images of her. Travis Kelce didn't give a about a big. He didn't care. If this is true, he's marrying someone he's in love with. And I want that to be a lesson to women who are on social media over-sexualizing themselves because they're more obsessed with, this is who you're missing. This is who my man comes home to. A lot of are tired of that. A lot of are looking for something different. And it looks like he was. I am getting very concerned about the images women put out there. You put your naked out there. You just got through dissing a man who wanted to talk to you. He calls you a but he can just go flip out his phone, go to his social media, or your social media, I should say, and see your naked. That's unfair to you. I don't like it, you guys. Social media is a mess. If this news is true, this is who Travis Kelce chose to be with. And Taylor, it's about time. I think Travis Kelce is one of the most handsome men in the NFL. I really do. The rest of those you were with, just a bunch of goofy. You had no taste in men until you met this. Just a bunch of goofy your past. But this one here in the looks department, definitely a winner. And all I've ever heard people say was, what a great guy. Good for you. If this is true, good for you. And I'm mentioning black women specifically because I want to ask you all something. Can black women really afford to be a mess on social media? Never mind what white women are doing. Can we really afford? Now, I chose not to be a mother. I never wanted children, even though I love children. I enjoy my time to myself. I enjoy the fact that when I make my own mistakes, they don't affect anyone but me. I enjoy being a writer, working on my craft and perfecting it, cogitating about the world, watching my documentaries and my forensic files anytime I want, and not having to get up and cook. So if I didn't want to be a mother, if I decided not to be a mother, then there was no need for marriage. If I wanted to be a mother, I'd be married. But let's get into that. I'm bringing up race because black women, there are a lot of black women who want to be married. Should you be doing the most on social media if you want to be married? That's the question I'd like for you all to ask. I think you're doing too much, women, but especially black women. You're doing too much. You're already the last to be married any damn way.
Well, I ran full speed to TikTok when I saw that Taylor and Travis just got engaged. And lo and behold, right when I opened up the app, Taylor just got engaged to Travis. We all know that's Kayla, man. Why we always got to go there? These people been broken up for all of 2 years. Kayla didn't moved on. He didn't moved on. Y'all need to move on. Listen, honey, as a 34-year-old woman, it's hard to find a good man up in these streets. And baby, Taylor is 35, so it was about that time. I honestly think that y'all care more than even Kayla care. Kayla don't give a crap. I'm so happy for Taylor because we no longer have to hear breakup songs. We about to hear songs about family and babies. We about to hear all the fun stuff. Are y'all ready? So please, for everybody who is saying things about these people, let these people be great. Y'all don't even know these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them be great.
For men, the optics of marriage means way more than marrying someone happily and being with the person that you actually want to be. If you haven't heard already, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are now engaged, and I cannot say that I am shocked. Although it can be very easy to want to take Hollywood relationships and marriages with a grain of salt, I really do feel as though Hollywood relationships and marriages really do set the precedence for just average people relationships, predominantly heterosexual relationships, because I am a firm believer that men, based off of where they are in their life, that's what's going to determine who they marry and how they marry. Most men are not going to marry someone that they're going to be happy with. They're going to marry the person that makes the most sense. Taylor Swift makes the most sense for Travis Kelce to marry. Because we all know, based off Travis Kelce's history, if he were to marry the woman that he would be happy with, he would have married a black woman. Hence, why when he had the most freedom and why when he had the least amount of his optics being put in the equation, that's why he was with black women, because it really didn't matter then. The optics weren't going to make much of a difference because he hadn't won a Super Bowl. He hadn't been, this big, this popular. And under patriarchy, you have to, as a man, you have to practice patriarchy. You have to perform patriarchy. And Travis Kelce, being a white man, would be practicing patriarchy incorrectly if he were to get married with a black woman, aka the woman that he would actually prefer, the woman that he would actually be happy with, because he has to keep up the optics that fall in line with his brand. Because, let's just keep it real, okay? Taylor Swift, average looking body, very mediocre when it comes into talent. And it's not even the race aspect of it, but it is the level of Taylor Swift being so big in her own lane of music that it wouldn't be able to overshadow Travis Kelce's career. Because a lot of the time, whenever there are couples, they're usually couples within like the same sector. So it'll be like two musicians, it'll be two actors, and that causes more competition between the couples. So when it comes to optics, this is great. When it comes to PR, this is absolutely beautiful, because Taylor's not really going to have to worry about Travis getting jealous over her success with music, because he's over here throwing and catching a football and making tackles. Like, the amount of success that she gets from music is really never going to segue into his professional career. And this is actually going to harm, in my opinion, I feel as though this is going to kind of harm Taylor Swift's career, in my opinion. And it's going to make Travis Kelce's career better. Because the thing about it is that usually Taylor Swift's music is kind of always coming from, what's the word that I'm looking for? An antagonist type of way. Like, it's usually in response to another person. And the thing about it is that once she puts that ring on her finger, things are gonna have to change a little bit. Like, I feel as though her career is gonna go, it's gonna be like more ballady, more love songy. Not that she wasn't doing that before, but when it comes to optics with how men have to marry, they're never gonna marry the woman that they actually want to be with. They're always gonna marry the woman that makes sense to other people. And like, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, like, they just make sense. Like, it only makes sense for Travis Kelce to just be with the basic white girl. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. And then not only that, like, Travis Kelce, his whole aesthetic is completely different. Like, ever since he got with Taylor Swift, we seen how he was dressing when he was with black women, okay? He would have on chains. He would put that on. Like, he would be very well dressed whenever he was dealing with the melanated ladies. And now you could tell, like, he's giving more lumberjack, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I feel as though the engagement between Taylor and Travis really does highlight the fact that optics are so important when it comes to the patriarchy. Optics is the number one thing, in that when it comes to a man choosing you, a lot of the times he's not choosing you because he really likes you. He's choosing you because you're going to look the best for like his brand. You're gonna look the best for like what he's promoting. You're gonna look the most respectable to his colleagues, to his, like, you know, family, etc. and etc. So I'm very curious to see how this marriage is going to go and how it's going to impact Taylor Swift's career, because whether we like it or not, it's going to impact Taylor Swift's career. And in most cases, it's going to impact it negatively. These men don't care about marrying someone they like. They care about marrying the person that makes the most sense for everybody else. Point blank, period.
I would just like to say that these are some of the craziest takes on a celebrity story that I've seen in a very long time. So going through the video, if you even made it that far, you have a lot of women here who I was able to showcase that they have this type of take, right? One of the videos that you were able to see, if you did see it, I made sure to post about 3 comments on from that video, and you have women in there stating that it's not, you know, pretty much true love. Travis Kelce is marrying Taylor Swift only because that she's a billionaire, he secured the bag, all this other type of stuff. I've not ever in life heard of a moment where a guy is just solely 1000%, I'm sorry, let me just pluralize that. Guys are solely marrying women because they have money. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. Women marry for security, right? A lot of women marry for money because they know that, hey, if I sit up there and have an heir or I have a child, whatnot, whatever, then that money automatically is going to come to me forever, right? That's cool. That's just how it works, right? Guys, they don't have that same mentality. It's like, hey, I basically am the bag. I'm the bank. I'm able to, give out this money. I want to be able to have somebody to share and give this money, directly to. I want to be able to spoil, somebody with the stuff that I've worked my whole life for. I want to be able to share, this type of event of happiness, right? The same way that I'm happy with this money, I want to be able to make somebody else happy with this money. That's normally how that goes 99.9% of the time. So I'm not exactly sure how it is that people are coming through with a lot of these theories trying to say that Travis Kelce is basically broke and he's just with Taylor Swift so that he can get her pregnant and get money. This isn't Kevin Federline. Like, that's not what we're doing at this moment in time. I'm not sure how we even got here. Travis Kelce has been in the NFL, been playing football. It's not like he just got here, right? And then you have some of the other commentators who decided to state that Travis Kelce is sort of like a possession, right? That he belongs to them, right? He belongs to the ex, right? And I'm like, that's a little bit weird, because I'm pretty sure that if men said that in reverse about women, that everybody would lose their minds, right? And rightfully so, right? Because nobody is a possession. Nobody really belongs to another person, or at least so I have heard. Other videos directly up there, you had one woman with the glasses. I think might be quite a 2 or so with glasses, but one of the women with glasses wanted to state that Travis Kelce, your career is pretty much, down the drain. It's not going that way. That wasn't your best game. Everybody gets, like doing this whole type of long walk into acceptance. And then wanted to, after saying all of that, wanted to basically state that, oh, well, I'm not even offended by Travis Kelce, getting married and having, little, white kids. I'm like, you sound very offended. You sound very, very offended, and it makes zero type of sense. It's like, I'm just trying to figure out, how are a lot of the women out there who made these videos, how are they more mad about the situation than the ex? Because you would have thought that Travis Kelce, in a sense, did something or dated all of these women, or was associated with, or maybe, through a number or something, or went out for dinner. You would have thought that would have been the case, but it's not. And again, it's a little bit baffling. One of the other women directly up there came up. She got like what'd she say? Like the top 5 types of white guy. I didn't even know that this was even a thing. I didn't even know that people even really, do stuff like this, where you're trying to figure out the types of white guys that are basically out there, and the ones that specifically fit for you and the ones that fit for, I didn't know. And then you're also got another woman directly up there stating that Travis Kelce is not the type of guy that fits with Taylor Swift. Huh? What, like, where are we even? I'm a little bit confused at this moment. Is that just because of solely who he dated previously? And again, you only have his dating history. What did they say? Like 2016 or something like that? Like what are we doing? Like, are we going to look at who he has been interested in and dating, since like childhood? Because I'm pretty sure that is another part of the schematics, another part of the map, the layout directly right there. But nobody magically wants to dive that deep. They just want to solely focus on this, because we obviously more than likely know what the answer, what the response is going to be on who it is that Travis Kelce was interested in and more than likely dating during those times. But, like I said, people want to skew certain types of information in order to formulate and make certain types of arguments, which is clearly what we are all seeing here at this moment in time, including one woman that was sitting in her car wanting to talk about the patriarchy this, the patriarchy that, the patriarchy this, and patriarchy that, and then wanting to state that men do not marry women because they love them. They marry because of the optics. I have never in my life, like, the takes out here, I'm just lost. At this moment in time, I can just safely say that I've never been so lost as a content creator. Because it's like, you want to follow what it is that people are stating, and then they just go all over the place. Like, it's not just one innocent, straightforward thing, right? If I wanted to culminate a lot of the videos that I was able to listen to, which, Lord have mercy, I wish I didn't have to listen to those, but it's for the content, right? If I were to culminate all of those videos into one thing, it seems as though that all of them are mad because, or have a certain type of issue because Travis Kelce did not specifically pick the image of them. He is not getting married to and potentially going to have a child with somebody who is reflective and is in the image of them. He is clearly with somebody who matches his demographics, somebody who more than likely reminds him or looks similar to his mother. I'm a little bit confused on how people are mad about that. He went back home. That's all that happened. Like, he's a guy. He was like, yo, I want to sit up there and, look at somebody that looks like me. I want to be with somebody that looks like. I'm a little bit confused on how people are so offended, and I'm also even more confused on how you have people out here that feel that just because somebody dated you, that automatically they are your possession. Like, I'm confused. Like, I'm very much confused on that. Like, it doesn't make any type of sense. Like I said, all of the theories are trying to insinuate or call him broke because he's next to Taylor Swift. Again, it's crazy. He got money in his own right. He don't really need Taylor Swift. It's like, it's great, but I'm just saying. Like I said, I don't know. All of this is just, man, Lord have mercy. I've never in my life, I would have expected this technically from, let's say, teenagers or something like that. I get it. maybe some early 20s, right? I get it, right? Because they're that, they're not that far removed technically from high school. But to see people in like their late 20s and 30s and so on, with a lot of these like thoughts and everything is just, where are we at in society at this moment in time, right? I understand when you got other women out here that are on, on the news and they're getting hyped up. I'm like, yeah, that's because it's a woman that looks like them and she's getting married to a guy that looks like Travis Kelce. I get it. Cool. That's one of like their ideal things. They're happy for one of their quote unquote girlfriends or sisters or sisterhood, all that. But like I said, I thought at the end of the day, the whole thing for women was to be happy if another woman got married. I thought that for me, like, that's the whole other side, right? Along with the fact, as I stated earlier, where you got women that are mad that Travis Kelce is not getting married to or having kids with a woman who is reflective of them. You have a lot of women out here who just can't simply be happy for another woman getting married. Like, it's crazy. Like that is very much telling, because it's like usually it's two choices, right? Usually you can be happy for somebody and usually you can just ignore it. You can usually just decide to do that, but people have gone the third route and created a third route, which is, I'm going to say all of this negative type of stuff about this situation and then try to act at the same time as though that I'm not bothered by it, or that I'm not offended, or that I don't feel some type of way. It's crazy out here. That's the best way I can sit up there and put it. It's, it's crazy out here. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that you were able to hear, even if you were able to make it through the whole video. Let me know about that in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.